We have Dr. Richa Sareen, consultant at Vasant Kunj Fortis Hospital with us. Dr. Sareen, thank you for being with us. Now, this should come as a relief for India in its fight against the pandemic, isn't it? I mean, ICMR was hoping to vaccinate about 30-odd crore Indians. If we get about 10 crore doses of Sputnik gradually, it'll come as a big shot in the arm.
Yes, currently in the present situation where we need to ramp up our vaccination process in a big way, because that is one of the ways that we can control the second huge wave that is happening in the country. This comes as a sigh of relief because we are already exhausting the current stocks of Covishield and Covaxin, and getting the approval of a third vaccine is definitely what we needed at this time. So what we need to do is that we have to ramp up the vaccination process at a war footing and probably lift up the age restriction and just vaccinate as many people as possible and as soon as possible.
Right. And Doctor, now the key will be in getting the vaccine to the market as soon as possible, isn't it? I believe some sort of bridging trials are still on. So the key would be to push forward and let the vaccine hit the market in a matter of days, given the alarming rise in cases.
Yes, because like all vaccines, it is not like you take one shot and it acts miraculously. For Sputnik, again, there are two shots. First shot is to be taken on, if you take it on day 0, then the second shot comes on day 21, and the peak effect starts coming after day 28 to day 42. So it will again take around 6 weeks after taking the first shot for an immunity to develop. So we need to start it as soon as possible, so that we are able to derive some benefit out of it in the current phase.
Right. And Doctor, how does it compare with Covishield and Covaxin? Have you done some sort of analysis? It has an efficacy rate of over 90%, and I believe it is one of 3 vaccines in the world which has this kind of efficacy. Now, both Covishield and Covaxin have an efficacy rate much lower than this, I think. Covaxin is about 80%, Covishield perhaps even lower. So this vaccine appears to be right up there in terms of efficacy.
Yes, so Sputnik has an efficacy rate of 91.6% in the interim data that was released sometime back. And that puts it up, at almost at par with the AstraZeneca and the Oxford vaccine, which also have an efficacy rate of 90%. Theoretically, if the efficacy of a vaccine is above 50%, we can give it for circulation. Covishield has an efficacy of around 70%. Interim data on Covaxin states an efficacy of around 81%. So definitely, numbers-wise, the efficacy for Sputnik is best. And the second thing is that the science behind it is also slightly different from the existing vaccines in India. It is a bivector vaccine where the 2 shots that you get, they are not exactly same. They are slightly different from each other. This is how it is different from Covishield and Covaxin. It is based on attenuated adenovirus, which is attacking the humans. The virus cannot replicate, and the gene for the spike protein is put on it, but the adenovirus in both the shots is different. In the first shot, it is the serotype 26, and the second shot it is serotype 5. And the basis of this, it has been thought that it will mount an immune response which is stronger and which is more longer lasting. Obviously, these we'll have to see how these claims hold true where once it is rolled out and in the times to come, but definitely it is a boost to the vaccination process.
And Doctor, another advantage is that it can be stored at relatively higher temperatures between, I think, 2 and 8 degrees, a bit like Covishield and Covaxin. That's an advantage, isn't it? We don't have the cold storage supplies to store vaccines on in huge numbers, and that's why Pfizer and Moderna are not suitable in India.
Absolutely. So this is one of the reasons that the Sputnik 5 trial started in India, because in the long term, we cannot have a vaccine like Pfizer in India, which needs the storage temperatures of minus 70 degrees. We cannot transport it to the interiors, and in a tropical country like India, it becomes very difficult. So that is why the trials had begun in India a few months back. The storage temperatures are 2 to 8 degrees, which is of most vaccines. So that is the normal refrigerator requirement, not even the freezer, the normal refrigerator requirement. So that way it will be easier to dole it out also. And the efficacy again is higher than both the current vaccines which are in circulation right now. We are almost exhausting the current supplies of Covishield and Covaxin, and if we need to ramp up and we get a new vaccine at this stage, so it is nothing short of a miracle in the current time.
Right. And ma'am, another advantage is that it has no major reported side effects, isn't it? I mean, it's been tried out in other countries. So far, it's proven to be a relatively safe vaccine.
So I would say that in that regard, even Covishield and Covaxin really have not been found to be very, very...
yes, in India certainly we have not had any big adverse effects, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so similarly for Sputnik 5, no major adverse events have been reported, just those mild pain and fever and all, like we've seen with Covishield and Covaxin. So all in all, it meets all the desirable criteria that we need. So, and if it matches the temperature range, it is cost effective, it is with relatively side effect free. So it should achieve a good efficacy in India is what we are hoping for.
All right, ma'am. Let's hope this vaccine hits the market very, very soon. Thank you, doctor, for joining us.
Thanks.
So, India apparently has been pledged around 12 crore doses of the vaccine by Russia, and India is set to become one of the biggest producers of Sputnik in the world.